Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome back to my channel. It is second of the month, which means it's time to share my sheet load of cards. And yeah, so this is the November 2023 sheet load of cards. And this is the sketch and supply list that's provided for free by Call Me Crafty Owl. There's some hashtags if you want to craft along with us and share what you're making. That would be awesome. This is a hashtag driven hop, but also there is a playlist, and everything is linked in the description box down below. There is a wonderful group of crafters on Instagram and here on YouTube that use this sheet load. Every month I try to make it my own and I just play around. And this month I brought out these totally neglected cat scrappiness dies. For my circles. And then this is kind of where everything went sideways. I did some really weird paper selection. I selected these pieces from this Dandy Garden paper pad from Stampin' Up. It's long since been discontinued or retired or whatever. And then I grabbed this 12 by 12 paper and thought somehow that these went together. And well, I'll let y'all be the judge of that. I don't dislike my cards. I think I pulled them together, but they're a little off. I definitely think that there's power in using supplies that are coordinated. And I didn't do that. So I used this embossing folder because I also embossed some of the details on my card today. And then I used some ephemera from Hobby Lobby. I love this ephemera. And in fact, I end up using up one of the packs. I am going to alter this. I'm just going to cut these to 1.5 by 6 instead of 1.5 and 4.75. My brain can't do that today. So anyways, I am going to cut, what I'm going to do is take my 6 by 6 paper and I'm going to cut these down to the strips in the size that the sheet load calls for. And then I'll just have these little bits left over, and this I'm planning on using in my card. So that's the portion that you're supposed to use on your front of your card, and I just went ahead and cut that off, and I'm going to use it on the inside of my card. So I did this for all 3 sheets of my cardstock. That green cardstock with the dandelions on it is like some of my favorite cardstock of all time. I just absolutely love it. I think I picked some really unique colors. I mean, definitely this paper pad, I think, was a stretch when it came to combining colors. Like this eggplant purple. I'm sure they have a different color. I'm sure I'm not calling it the right color. So if you're Stampin' Up! Loyal, I'm sorry. But yeah, like that with that coral color is just different. Very different. I think that's what throws me off most of all. And then I brought in these completely unrelated 12 by 12 pieces of paper, which are, they were gifted to me. I don't even know where they came from. I mean, I know who gave them to me, but I don't know what collection they are or anything. So I'm cutting my 12 by 12 paper down to 4 by 6. I am making 5 by 7 cards, but you know, I am using the same measurements for the most part that Call Me Crafty Owl uses in the sheet load. The only difference is this portion here where I'm using 12 by 12 paper. I'm cutting down 4 by 6 panels, and these are my base mat. And her base mat is 5 by 3.75. Okay, so I'm going to get everything I need from 2 sheets of cardstock. This leftover piece right here, which is 6 by 12, I'm going to use this to cut down all of the corner pieces for my sheet load. Okay, so this portion right here, that is 1.5 by 6, I'm just going to take this 6 by 12 and I'm going to cut it down to 1.5 inches all along this 12-inch side until I get the pieces I need. And it gave me perfectly, exactly the number I needed. So all I had left was this one 4x6 piece from those 2 sheets of 12x12 paper, and I can totally use that in another card. Now I'm taking these and doing a diagonal cut, and all I'm doing is lining up the opposite corners there and slicing along that on my paper trimmer. And then I was able to get 4 of these into my embossing folder, which I'll show you later because that's the part that I am embossing on this card. I wanted to show you here that if you're following those cutting guides and you want the sketch horizontal as Call Me Crafty Al designed it, this is what it would look like. Your paper strips aren't going to go over the edge, right? They're going to stop. This doesn't look bad to me. I think it's still beautiful, and I think you could totally make this work. However, I thought it would be really fun to make this a vertical card. And when I turned it on its side, I thought those strips really look good when they're kind of compressed closer to one another and then having this big focal piece above them. So that's kind of how I altered the sketch. And here is how I put, like, I embossed 4 of those at a time. So I only had to run that embossing folder through my machine 4 times. Nice. So I did do a little ink blending around that die cut, and then the insides of all these cards are different. I think the other thing that annoys me, honestly, the most about these cards is that the flower types don't add up between everything. So some of the pattern paper, you know, has like these dandelions, and then these have like tropical plants, and then on the inside I have more like non-tropical plants, you know, more field kind of plants. So I think that's what really bugs me about these cards. Y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. You know, I just think it's good to have like these moments of introspection so that we can learn what works and doesn't work for us in our card making. But I mean, obviously I'm going to give them away. I'm going to donate them and someone is going to love them. I just know it. It's probably going to be my mom. I hope you enjoyed this sheet load and I'll see you next time. Bye.